do a quick overview video of all of the Mystery Ranch frames. Starting off, I've got the nice frame, the military frame with an overload pack, then the Guidelight MT frame with the Beartooth 80 bag, then the latest generation Ultralight frame with Metcalf 50, and then the older pop-up series with the pop-up 38, current generation pop-up 40. Here's where Mystery Ranch started it all, with the beefiest and heaviest frame, the nice frame. This is set up with overload system, so basically you can rifle carry, buttstock slings. This is not available on any other Mystery Ranch pack. The biggest difference between the two, just bigger stays, beefier, missing the top of the frame compared to the Guidelight series with Ultralight for helmet usage. So you're losing the height on your load lifters, gaining mobility. Duraflex Mojave USA buckles, which are not compatible with the Duraflex LIT light buckles. So things are not swappable between the two, but obviously you can see the DNA there between the two frames. Obviously both have the overload capability between the bag and the frame. Switching over, we've got 1-inch hardware on the Guidelight MT frame, squared design, and then your load lifters are stuck in place. You've got no height adjustment there. Biggest difference between the two, we've got 3/4-inch buckles, so there's not necessarily cross compatibility between the older frame and the newest Ultralight frame, because this thinner, you're not going to be able to put this bag on here, and you could maybe put an Ultralight bag on the older frame, but wouldn't recommend it necessarily. Could do it. You can see the biggest change here is the V shape or triangle, or upside down triangle shape. So it retains the same strength and same load capability, but they're cutting some weight out of it, using some geometry and angles to cut some weight there. And then buckles are all exactly the same, but obviously the overload is going to be your biggest problem with trying to switch between the two. The other big difference is you get height adjustability out of the load lifters now. So taller guys, when you adjust up that yoke, you'll still be able to have a good 45-degree angle. And then they've gone back to more of an older style. If you know, like 2016 Metcalf had a single piece for the hip, and this is the 5-piece design, so they're not cross compatible. You can see here is sizing, and then I believe it's right here. Yep. So between both of these are a small/medium. However, in my opinion, the newer Ultralight hip belts are a little bit longer than the older. Sizing should still be pretty similar. And then another thing to note, you're only getting 3 MOLLE there instead of the old style where there's 3 MOLLE on the hip belt, and then you've got a bunch more on the side allowing you to put more here. You can't see, I've got it stacked up with the Mystery Ranch bear spray, then the Forager pocket. You're not going to be able to do that. On the newer one, you're going to have to choose. Then the bear spray, the newest bear spray holsters could also go right here. We're just going to step over real quick to the pop-up generations. Sort of similar. We're looking at 1-inch webbing on the old gen, and then the same 3/4, or I actually may be misremembering that, maybe 5/8. Either way, this is almost more reminiscent to the Ultralight. Technically, I won't recommend it, but you could put a Ultralight bag onto the newest gen pop-up, because the compression straps here could fit through connection points here for the gravelly. Not the way it's supposed to be, but just for curiosity's sake, it's something you can do. The pop-up newest gen is shaped for your anatomy and has mounting point for glass, rifle V, camera, drone. You can actually put my drone controller right here, mounted up. I don't want to be holding on to it. And the old generation is flat and straight, no mounting point. Very similar frames besides that. Both obviously can raise and lower depending on what you need and give you a good angle, give you more space to put meat or gear in between the bag and frame when overloading. All right, that's a real basic overview of all the frames. And you can ask some questions in the comments. I'll try and help out.